Hey, what is up, Southwest students? My name is McKenna, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. I have a couple quick announcements before we head into the message. First and foremost, we have Leadership Advanced coming up so soon. It's February 5th and 6th, which is a Friday night, and a Saturday. It'll be outside, so it'll be safe. Masks will be worn. We're gonna have some awesome guest speakers and incredible worship. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Then right after that, we kick off Level Up Leadership, which is that Monday, and that is just an incredible experience. We had so much fun last time, and we are so excited for this round of it. So you should sign up, and the way you sign up is the link is in the description, or you can ask your small group leader for that. Right before all those amazing things, we have our February Unite, which is February 3rd. If you've missed our past Unites and want to know what they look like, check out this cool video. Didn't that look like such an incredible time? We want you at our next one. Again, it's February 3rd, so just around the corner. If you need to register, the link is in the description, or ask your small group leader. Now it's time for our message reminders. The first one is note takers are history makers. The second one is attentive people are responsive people. And the third one is leaders are learners. So make sure that you pay attention to this incredible message. Take notes. You're gonna be able to take away some incredible things from this. We'll see you after the message.
What's up, Southwest students? It's Xavier with you guys, and I'm so excited. Hey, this time around, we're gonna do things a little bit different. All 2021, I'm trying to change things up, right? I don't want it to be like 2020. So throughout this video, we're gonna take some moments, and we're just gonna pause together, and we're gonna have conversations. Now, last week, Brock opened up our brand new series, Who Will Survive in America? And just a really quick recap, we talked about how we can overcome 2021, right, by laying things at the feet of Jesus. So it's a new year. We all got New Year's resolutions. My New Year's resolution, it's been the same one for like the last 3 years, I promise you. It's been to get to 180 pounds. It's my fitness New Year's resolution. So take time right now, pause the video. What are your New Year's resolutions? So again, my New Year's resolution is to weigh 180 pounds. That is my fitness goal. So this year, I'm gonna try to change up my exercise routine a little bit. I split into 3 different days. Of course, first day is leg day. No one likes leg days. If you know, you go to the gym, you hate it. It's the day that you squat, the day that you lunge, the day that you leg press. No one enjoys a leg day. My second day is gonna be what I call a pull day, right? It's when you take the weights and you always pull them closer to you. You know, you work out your biceps, you work out your back. Now, the last day is called a push day. Now, this is my weakest day. It's the day where you take weight and you have to push it away from you. It works out your chest, works out your triceps, right? Again, this is my weakest day. Now, really quick, I'm gonna have a volunteer. Tyler is going to show us how to do a proper bench press. Now, the way a proper bench press works is the weight starts off all the ways at the top, right? And what you gotta do is you gotta bring the weight all the ways down to your chest. And once it's close, then you gotta push it the whole way back up. That's called a full rep. Now, I just want to break down this idea a little bit of how life can kind of be very similar to a bench press. Because let's be honest, a lot of times life gets heavy. There's things that are constantly pushing down towards our heart, things that are constantly pushing down towards our chest. I don't know if you've been on social media, the news lately, but politics is getting crazy. I was scrolling the other day and I just kept watching feed after feed after feed, post after post of all the nonsense and craziness that was happening in the Capitol. And I noticed as I was consuming all of that, it began to weigh heavy on my heart. For some people, especially for me lately, the heaviness of words has been getting closer to my heart. For you, what might be heavy might be the drama that's happening within your friendships, or you feel like you're losing people left and right. For some of us, it's the stress and the frustration of school. Life is just beginning to get heavy. So this moment, I just want to take some time. Let's just pause really quick. What are some things that are weighing heavy on your heart this year? Now we know that if these things are weighing heavy on our heart, what is our response? Actually, Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23 says this: above all else, more important than anything else, it says, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. What does that mean? What does that practically look like in our life? Well, very first thing is, one, you got to be careful who you let into your life, right? The relationships, the people that you get with, your circle, those people can end up weighing heavy on your heart. The next thing is going to be your music. I know you're like, it's just the beat. I like the vibe. Sometimes music, though, can send a message that can get heavy onto our heart. It's a Netflix series that you're watching, right? There's messages inside of it. Or on Instagram, who are you following? Or, make it even better, sometimes on TikTok, you know, that For You page may not actually be good for you. These are all the things that you have to guard your heart from. So number one, guard your heart. Now, if any of you have ever played sports, you know that you cannot win a basketball game if you don't score points. You don't win a boxing match if you don't swing back, right? And technically, you didn't really lift the weight if you never actually push the weight back up. So what do you do when life gets heavy? You gotta push. Story time. Let's open up our Bibles. Acts chapter 16, verse 16. I'm gonna just quickly summarize the story. So you got two homies, Paul and Silas. They're out, they're preaching the word, they're doing God's work, and all of a sudden, opposition happens. Life begins to get heavy. And it starts off small. In the very beginning, in the beginning of this chapter, or the beginning of these verses, there's this lady. She's literally just following Paul and Silas around, and she's just being super annoying. And sometimes when life begins to weigh heavy, it starts off with the small things, right? It starts off where you ever have a bad day, and the start to every bad day is you woke up late. That's the very start. If you woke up late, you're like, oh man, here we go. Life's about to get heavy. And then if you have any little siblings, everything they do irks your soul. They eat, they sleep, they breathe, they just walk around the house. It just irks your soul, right? It's just becoming a bad day. And of course, you're already late, so you gotta get onto Zoom to get on school, and you're having a bad hair day. You know, it's just not working out. Luckily for me, I just throw on a hat sometimes. But some of you guys don't have that option, and your outfit's just not coming along together. And of course, on that day is the day that you decide to bang your toe, or you can't find your backpack. It's just these little things that make life, or make that day, just feel heavier and heavier. We're gonna pause really quick. What are some of the little things in life that sometimes get the best of us? So for Paul and Silas, it starts off as little opposition, right? There's just a little bit of weight. This lady's being really annoying. But you know, when you're having a bad day, things tend to grow really, really fast. We're going to open up our Bibles in verse 22 now. It says, so all of a sudden, a crowd joined in on the attack against Paul and Silas. And the Magi ordered them to be stripped, beaten with rods. So they went from being annoyed to being stripped and beaten with rods by an entire crowd. Then verse 23, it says, after they were severely flogged, then they were thrown into prison. Imagine that. You go from being annoyed by some lady to being beat, stripped, flogged, And then on top of that, thrown into prison. And all of a sudden, what felt like a small weight against your chest is now becoming heavy. This is the weight of life beginning to press down on you. This is the constant negative thoughts. This is the loneliness that I thought I let go of last week at the fountain, all of a sudden is weighing down on me again. My parents, when I'm coming home, they're always fighting now. I'm losing confidence in who God called me to be and the promises that He made inside of my life. Life is beginning to get heavy. All of a sudden, suicidal thoughts are plaguing my mind, and I can't bear this weight anymore. So what does the Bible tell us to do when life gets heavy? Paul and Silas reply in this way, verse 25. It says, at about midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening to them. Suddenly, there was a violent earthquake, and the foundations of the prison were shaken, and all at once, the prison doors just flew open, and everyone's chains came loose. When life got heavy and was close to their chest, what did they decide to do? They decided to push back. They decided to praise until something happened. When life got heavy, they said, God, I'm going to trust you to free me. God, when life got heavy, they said, God, I'm going to trust you to show up. I'm going to trust you to heal my heart. I'm going to trust you to fix my marriage. I'm going to trust you to give me strength. And everybody has a reason to push. Everyone has a reason to praise. I love that in this verse, it actually talks about how Paul and Silas were in prison, and they were the ones who were willing to push. They were the ones who were willing to praise until something happened. But it wasn't just their shackles that came off. It said everyone was freed. It wasn't just their door that opened, but everyone's prison doors were open. Everyone has a reason to push. Everyone has a reason to praise until something happens. So this year, when 2021 gets heavy and life feels like it's pressing against your chest, this year we're going to push back. This year we're going to trust God. This year we're going to praise until something happens. Amen.
You go before I know that you've even gone to win my war.
What an incredible message. If you are watching this, it means that you are a leader, which means that we want you to join us for Leadership Advanced and Level Up Leadership. Sign up in the description below. It is gonna be an incredible time. Also sign up for Unite. We cannot wait to see you there. We'll see you next week.